I mean, I don't know how you're gonna explain it in this desolate land that is nothing. If you look behind you, all right, so I'm looking, oh! Whoa, dude. This is Rainbow Steve. Dude, this is actually Rainbow Steve, bro. I want to tell you about the past hero and how he sealed away the darkness. So you want to tell me about Rainbow Steve? I'm all ears. And so is Orange Steve here. We need all information that we can get in order to actually do anything here. So please tell us about the past hero. Maybe we can learn something from this Orange Steve. Blue Steve, please don't hold back either. Well, I want to tell you about him in a different way. Different way? Okay. Well, sure. I don't know what that means. That's actually a little spooky, but yeah, okay. I guess different way it is. Orange Steve? Indigo Steve? Yeah? So it's easier to explain. Well, I guess that makes sense. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I think we're all ready, correct? It seems like you have this handled, Blue Steve. I'll be taking my leave now. Oh, okay. All right. Indigo Steve. Well, thanks for introducing me to Blue Steve, by the way, and we'll talk again soon. Take care, Indigo Steve. Okay, see you later, man. I'm glad we met up again, though. You're a nice guy. See you later, Sabre. Okay, see you later. You know, I can't really help but think that I'm missing something. Either way, all right, Blue Steve, explain away. How we doing this? What's the plan, man? Well, I'll start with this. Wait, what? Whoa! Whoa! How, what? Who? When? Where? Why? Where are we? What is this place? Oh my God, Orange Steve, are you okay? Have you always looked that gorgeous? Blue Steve, why are we here? What's happening? Where are we? Yeah, no, seriously, that's a great question, man. Are we nowhere or are we everywhere? That's deep, bro. Come on, you gotta admit, that was a good one, huh, Orange Steve? No, but seriously, Blue Steve, this is where I'm going to explain the hero. Okay, well, I guess this is your own domain then, huh? You made this to explain the past events? Really going above and beyond here, man. Yeah, and you know what? I just realized something. Orange Steve, I forgot to ask Indigo Steve about the Indigo Crystal again, man. Oh my gosh, we want to go and see him again? Are we gonna have to go up that tower and then down it again and then to the middle world? No, dude. Oh, come on. Dude, I think we gotta go back up the tower. We could have just asked him there and he walked away. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, look, sorry, Blue Steve. This is the second time we forgot to ask our friend about the Indigo Crystal. It doesn't matter. You want to tell us about Rainbow Steve the hero, right? And the past life he lived? It's fine. Why don't you go ahead and explain it? We're all ears and chain helmet. We're all chain helmet and ears. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna explain it in this desolate land that is nothing. If you look behind you, all right, so I'm looking, oh! Whoa, dude. This is Rainbow Steve. Dude, this is actually Rainbow Steve, bro. Is it? Hello? Nice to meet you, Rainbow Steve. The hero of the past. Oh, wait, so is this not actually him? This is just a recreation of him so that you could better explain what's going on right now? Because he sure does look lifeless. He's just a projection. Oh, Blue Steve, spirit, projections. I think I'm getting things now, Orange Steve. I'm getting them. Okay. So this is who Rainbow Steve is. Not the actual Steve. Well, he looks hero-worthy, right, Orange Steve? What do you think, dude? I think, I'd put my faith into this guy. But if this is just a projection, then what are you trying to get at? This is Rainbow Steve, all right. Good job. I see him. What about him, though? You want to tell me about his past, and at least I know what he looks like, too, so that when we make him, we're not all shocked and surprised, you know what I mean? He was created when the leaders of all the Steves came together. So, in the past life, when he was being created, all of the leaders of each color of the Steves, they actually chose to work together, man? You know, I would very much appreciate that. If that would happen. They each had a crystal of their respective color. Yeah, so the strongest Steve of each color, just like right now, holds the crystal of each color. But they actually chose to come together and bring the crystals together to create the hero. That sounds nothing like what I have to do right now, man. The crystals right now are a mess. The orange crystal is, in our hands and it's completely safe and definitely not stolen. Only to seal away the darkness. Yeah, obviously they brought the crystals together to seal away the darkness, but what I'm getting at is that right now, no one wants to work with us on this, okay? It's a mess. The red crystal is being held onto by a red Steve who is, I'm pretty sure, might be one of the last red Steves to even exist. And then the orange crystal is, again, safely in our hands. Well, there's a reason for that. What are you talking about? Do you mean there's a reason for the Steves not wanting to share their crystals and actually try and come together? I don't understand what you're trying to get at here. Why wouldn't Steves want to actually work together on this. They're aware that the darkness is a thing now, though, right? If they know what it is, then why wouldn't they try and seal it away? By the time the leaders created Rainbow Steve, it was too late. Whoa. Oh, wait, right. Projections, not real. This is an example. Right, my bad. So that's the darkness then, huh? Okay. You're saying it was too late. What do you mean it was too late? The Steves couldn't defend themselves? I thought the hero would be able to stop the darkness. That doesn't make any sense. If that's true, then why would the Steves be able to even live in harmony, or technically harmony, right now? Then again, they do kind of seem like they're in shambles, right, Orange Steve? The civilizations of Steves already started to fall. So you're telling me that the darkness had already gotten a strong grasp on all of the civilizations of each Steves by the time the leaders decided to actually come together, huh? The leaders didn't come together because they knew what was best, but because it was their last option, huh? That had to be it. They were on their last limb. Sadly, yes. So you're telling me that the hero, he was already in over his head. They didn't give him a head start, just like kind of what we're heading toward right now, Orange Steve. If we don't do this in time, we might not be able to fix this situation. It might be the same as last time. I didn't know this. The Red Steves were hit the hardest, however. Wait, the Red Steves, they seem like they're almost going completely extinct. You're telling me that the reason that there's almost no Red Steves nowadays is because the last hero, the one before this darkness got sealed away, they almost went extinct. So the darkness got a strong hold on the Red Steves. And since the Red Steves specialize in wisdom, that's why it's so hard to know about all this stuff nowadays, huh? The darkness almost made the entire Red Steve civilization collapse before the hero could vanquish the darkness and seal it away. That's awful. Red Steve, the one we knew, Orange Steve, must have been so lonely. Well, it's a good thing that he knew you up until the end. Orange Steves and Red Steves are probably the closest they can get compared to their own actual people. I'm glad you were there for him, man. And that other Red Steve, Rainbow Red, still gotta figure him out. The hero was able to stop the darkness eventually. Was he? He was... He was, okay. So he did seal away the darkness. That's good. So then, if he was able to seal away the darkness, then the leaders of each kingdom, they should have known that it was the right choice. Why wouldn't they actually just double down and choose to have the hero around anyways? What happened to the hero? He's not around any longer and the crystals are separated once again. That wouldn't even make any sense. The hero seemed to have actually done his job, but he fell. What do you mean he fell? The darkness was sealed away. How could he not exist any longer? If he was the one that saved all of the Steves, then what could have taken him down? What could have brought the crystals back into their own separated selves and then back into the kingdoms? Wouldn't you imagine that a hero would be a lot better than separated crystals? Yeah, a crystal could probably save a Steve, but a hero could save everyone. The Steves came together and took back their crystals in fear of losing them. They chose to take the crystals back. They chose to take apart the hero that saved them? That's awful. He did everything he could, and he actually sealed away the darkness, but even then, they chose to be selfish and take the crystals back so that they could just fend for themselves. I guess they were desperate, seeing how the Red Steves almost fell completely. Indeed, after seeing what happened to the Red Steves, they were scared of losing their crystals. That's horrible. And that was the only time the hero ever had his chance to save these people? I mean, why wouldn't you just keep a hero around the entire time? No, it wasn't. So, before, the past hero, that wasn't the first time he was created. That wasn't the first time he was around. There was another time. If there was even another time, why would they be taking him apart? That's so crazy. There was another hero before this one. I can't fathom why someone would want to take apart a hero that's able to save the entire world, to save everybody, rather than just your own people, but everybody, keep everyone safe. You know, I don't know. But his story is lost in time. You mean that you have no knowledge of the original hero? So the one we're trying to create is the third one. The one before that is the second, and you have knowledge of that one, but the history of the first, the original hero, that knowledge is gone. Nobody knows why he was created or what he was in this world for. So I'm assuming that if they don't know why he was created or the reason for him even being here, you guys don't even know why he was destroyed or taken apart too, huh? At least we know what happened to the hero before this one. With this knowledge, we can try and prevent what happened before. The Red Steve civilization almost fell, but we can prevent that from any of the other Steve civilizations happening now. Right? The Yellow Steve civilization seems to be the one on the forefront of this entire new battle. If we can stop the darkness from taking over the Yellow Steves, maybe we can stop this whole thing from happening in the first place. This is bad though, because it seems like from my knowledge, the Yellow Steves seem to be the most prosperous and, well, in terms of population, largest civilization out of all the Steves. If they fall, hope in all the lands will probably fall as well. We have to do something, but their leader is already corrupted with darkness. That would be a nice change from having Steves trying to take matters into their own hands. I think everyone has to take these matters into their own hands. Rather than all these Steves try and take on a burden for just their own. Maybe if we actually show everyone that everyone helping counts. Everyone is in this together. Nightmare Steve is the cause of someone trying to solve this issue on their own. I think that's why Red Steve truly thought that I could try and bring the Steves together. Just like how the hero last time was brought together. Maybe that's why he believes that I could do it. Because since I'm not a Steve, I'm immune to the darkness. I can risk the chances more. Blue Steve, I really appreciate you showing me all of this. And I'm assuming that's kind of the whole story. From what you speak of Nightmare Steve, I'm afraid that might not be too possible. Yeah, well, Orange Steve and I have done a lot of things that didn't seem too possible already. I think we might have a chance, especially with you telling us the history of the past hero. I've learned a lot here, Blue Steve, and I really appreciate that. This hero, last time, it seemed like he did everything he could to save the people, and even then, the people chose not to keep him around. I don't know why that is, and I'm not too sure if the past hero will retain his memories once recreated, since this has probably never happened before with actual memory of what happened. But yes, that concludes the history of Rainbow Steve. Huh. Blue Steve, I really appreciate you reaching out to us and telling us this. Until you told us this, we were kind of driving blind through all of this. But now that we know this, we can avoid past situations. Past history will solve future problems. I hope I could help you. Yeah, well, you did. A lot more than a lot of other ways we've been trying. There's a lot of stuff that we still have to solve, and I don't know how we're gonna go about a lot of things, but the fact that we know how the past hero worked, how he was created, and how the past Steves tried to make the hero, we can go about this with a new, I don't know, new knowledge. I'm glad I could be of aid. All right, well, do you mind taking us back to the regular world so that we could kind of get on with our plans here? I feel like we kind of have a lot to go over, Orange Steve. No problem. All right, take us back. Oh, well, with all that knowledge, I'm excited to try and actually solve all this, to solve all these problems. So thank you again, Blue Steve, and it was nice meeting you. And hey, we tell this to every Steve we meet because if anyone's gonna believe in us, I guess it's you, since you decided to tell us all of this anyways. So just so you know, and this is where we part ways. Yeah, but wait. Before you go, if you ever need anything, just let us know, okay? Orange Steve and I are doing what we can, and if you need help, we'll come. Just believe in us, all right? Just like you already have with the story. I'll make sure to come to you. All right, well, Blue Steve, yeah, I guess this is where we part ways then. It was nice meeting you, and I guess you'll contact us if you need some help. So thanks again for everything. Nice meeting you, Sabre. Orange Steve. We'll be seeing you around, Blue Steve. Take care. All right, see you, man. You know, I gotta say, that Blue Steve was really kind, and you know, he really gave us a lot of information, Orange Steve. There he goes. Oh, man, you know, I gotta say, dude, I'm glad that I actually had a solid conversation. I got everything off my mind, too. Usually, I feel like we're missing something. Just like with Indigo Steve, how the... Oh, my gosh. Orange Steve, do you think we probably should have asked that Blue Steve about the blue crystal? Oh, come on! Look, man, you didn't ask either, Orange Steve. Just for the record, bro, we both forgot to ask. First, Indigo Steve walks away, and then I let Blue... Look, hopefully, again, they'll contact us, and then we bring it up, okay? I can't believe this. Look, can we just go back to the Rainbow Hub, dude? Let's just go back. All right, well, we didn't ask about the crystals, but we did learn a lot, dude. We learned about the past hero and how he went about his duties and how he was even created in the first place. So, we're trying to create the third hero. The first hero, the original hero, there's no knowledge or history on his past, why he was created or why he was destroyed. All we know is that the second hero, the one that was right before this one, was created at the last second, the last chance possible, and the civilizations began to fall. That's why there's basically no Red Steves now. As a matter of fact, I think that Rainbow Red is the only one that we actually know is in existence. The Red Steve we originally knew may have been the second to last one. Maybe we'll find some kind of Red Steve civilization eventually, but oh man, it's sad to think about all these things, dude. I should close the portal. Yeah, actually, good call. All right, go ahead, man. Seems like that portal only really truly opened up because Indigo Steve came through it. Oh man. Wait. Orange Steve, you know, not to bring this up on you. Couldn't we have taken that portal to go ask Indigo Steve about the crystal again? Wow, we're really digging a hole now, huh, buddy? Yeah, I don't suppose you could recreate it. No, you can't, because Indigo Steve came here through the portal, and we haven't been to his location, wherever he happened to come from. We could go up the tower and to him again, man. You want to do that? Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just, we'll get there when it happens. All right. We don't even know if Indigo Steve is the strongest one that out of all the other Indigo Steves. We've only met him, so doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just take a breather, bro. Okay? We need to figure out a couple of things, okay? First off, Nightmare Steve is clearly a monster, and Yellow Steve, the one that we saved inside of his facility, should be spreading the word about that right now within the main Yellow Kingdom. The largest one. And all the while, at the same time, the entire area is gonna be super delicate. Darkness is getting ready to probably lay siege on the largest kingdom, which means that all the while their defenses need to stay up. There's probably rumors of their strongest leader, infected with darkness, testing his own people. It's probably super unstable right there, man. I'm a little worried. I think we're gonna have to start figuring that out. Not only that, there's a good chance that Nightmare Steve may have stolen the orange crystal, and we need to get that back as well. That was the only crystal we had, and now we lost it. Not to say that Yellow Steve already has the yellow crystal. He has more crystals than us at the moment, man. This is really bad. We've got 2 enemies on the forefront, and we can't even create the greatest hero of all time to try and help us out at all. I'm worried about this. We're taking 2 steps back, 1 step forward. We now have a lot of new knowledge, though, so let's just hope that that knowledge will take us further than we could even expect. What do you say, Orange Steve? Take a quick breather, and then we try and go figure out this whole Nightmare Steve has the orange crystal kind of thing? That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah. All right, dude. Let's, reconvene. I'm going to look at my flowers and just think. All right, dude. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, okay. Well, all right, see ya. Well, guys, we learned that the hero we're trying to create is actually the 3rd version of him. The original hero is lost in time. No one knows why he was created, how he was created, or why he was destroyed. The 2nd hero we learned a lot about. We're gonna use that knowledge to try and create the 3rd one without any more mistakes than it took to create the 2nd one. If you guys are excited, let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe, all of that stuff, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow with another daily video. Peace.